Hey everyone, welcome back to English Fluent Talks. This is episode 4, and today we're diving into something super important, daily routines. I'm Mark.
And I'm Hope. We talk about learning English in a natural, fun way. So grab a coffee, or if you're like me, tea, and let's chat about how we spend our days.
Tea? Hope, I feel betrayed. I thought we were both coffee lovers.
I was a coffee person, until I realized that drinking 5 cups a day made me talk faster than a New Yorker in a rush.
Fair enough. All right, let's get started. Talking about your daily routine is one of the most useful things in English. Whether you're making small talk or just describing your habits, it's a must-know topic.
Exactly. And today, we'll help you learn common phrases, expressions, and even some fun ways to talk about your routine naturally.
Okay, let's begin with the mornings. Hope, what's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Well, ideally, I wake up, stretch like a cat, and have a peaceful morning. Realistically, I hit the snooze button at least 3 times.
That sounds familiar. A great phrase to use here is, I hit the snooze button. It means you press that button on your alarm to get a few extra minutes of sleep.
Yes. And after I finally get up, I brush my teeth, wash my face, and make breakfast. Usually something quick like toast and eggs. What about you, Mark?
I wake up, scroll through my phone for no reason. Bad habit, I know. Then I take a shower and grab a coffee to wake myself up.
Grab a coffee is a great phrase. It means you quickly get a coffee, usually when you're in a rush.
Now let's talk about what we do after breakfast. Most people either go to work or school. How can we describe this?
Well, if you work, you can say things like, I head to work, or I start work at 9 a.m. If you're a student, you might say, I have class at 8, or I go to school from 8 to 3.
And if you work from home, like many people nowadays, you might say, I log into my computer, or I start work from my home office.
Oh, and don't forget, take a break. That's something we all need during the day. I take a coffee break around 10 a.m., or I have lunch at noon.
Speaking of daily routines, Hope, don't you have a funny story about your morning routine?
Oh, absolutely. So, one morning, I was in a rush because I overslept. I jumped out of bed, brushed my teeth, got dressed super fast, and ran out the door. I felt proud of myself until I got to work and realized I was wearing 2 completely different shoes, 1 sneaker and 1 boot. And the worst part, no one told me until lunchtime.
No way, that's hilarious. So lesson learned, always check your shoes before leaving the house.
Exactly, and maybe wake up on time too. But hey, it's a great way to start conversations, right?
Now, after work or school, what do people usually do?
Well, some people go to the gym, so you can say, I work out in the evening, or I go for a run after work.
And if you just want to relax, you might say, I watch TV, I read a book, or I hang out with friends.
Oh, and here's a fun phrase, I binge watch my favorite show. That means you watch multiple episodes in a row, basically what I do on weekends.
Yep, that's me too. And before bed, people might say, I unwind by reading, or I go to bed around 11 p.m.
Okay, now, let's go over some common mistakes learners make when talking about their daily routines.
Good idea. One mistake I hear a lot is, I make exercise. The correct way to say it is, I do exercise, or I work out.
Right, and another one is saying, I take a dinner. Instead, just say, I have dinner.
One last thing, some fun expressions. Instead of saying, I sleep late, you can say, I'm a night owl if you stay up late, or I'm an early bird if you wake up early.
Love that. So, Mark, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Definitely a night owl. I get all my creative ideas at midnight.
I knew it. Oh, before we wrap up, Mark, don't you have a funny story about your routine?
Oh yeah. So one day I was super tired and in a rush. I went through my morning routine half asleep, brushed my teeth, got dressed, made coffee, and then I realized something was off. My coffee tasted weird. Guess what? Instead of sugar, I had put salt in my coffee. And the worst part? I only noticed it after taking a huge sip.
No way, that's horrible. What did you do?
I panicked, spit it out, and immediately grabbed a cookie to save my taste buds. Lesson learned. Always double check what you put in your coffee.
That's a great tip and a perfect way to end today's episode.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now it's your turn. Try describing your daily routine in English.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. See you next time. Bye! See you in the next episode.